Assalamu alaikum. This is Adnan Alnasser. Today I will talk about two main topics on my videos. The first topic will be about how to set a data from the scratch, starting from the Excel file all the way to the SPSS dataset. So this is the first part. The second part will be about how to deal with the data and how to calculate some descriptive statistics using SPSS and how to check the normality of your data on SPSS. So let's start. I brought this data, it's a real life data from one of my projects, and I want to share with you how to start cleaning this data and setting up your own dataset. So suppose you have done an online survey using Google Documents, or you have filled this Excel sheet yourself. You will come up with something like this. You will have the responses here, and here you will have the variables. It can be a huge dataset like this, and it can be just a small dataset. But don't worry, it's almost the same. You will just have to focus on the concept. So the first thing you will have to do is to edit the names of your variables. Make them short as much as you can so that you will not be confused when you enter them into the spaces. Like for example, here it is age, it's okay, gender. Here I'm asking please specify what is your current study level. I can simply just delete it and type study level. Be careful that the SPSS does not support having more than one word. If you want to enter more than one word, you have to put this sign. Otherwise, it will give you an error. Also, the space is counted as a letter in SPSS, so be careful about spaces. Okay, so you have to do this with all the names of your variables to the end. The next step you will have to do is to code your data. Now the SPSS does not recognize these data because they are not numbers. To be able to export this Excel sheet into SPSS, you will have to have pure numbers to be exported. Otherwise, you will not be able to analyze the data and you will not even be able to export this sheet into SPSS successfully. So the first aim to do is to convert these cells into numbers. The numbers, this process is called data coding. So I have to give each variable, each cell here, a unique code. The code is the number. So I will sit with myself or with my colleagues and start coding. I will give, for example, females, I will give them the code 1 or 0, and for males, I will give them a code 0 or 1. As you like, it doesn't matter. And the same will be done for the study level. I will give 1 for first year students, second for 2 for the second year students, and third for third, and so on. I will do this with all the data here. So I have to give every cell a unique number. This number can be repeated in this cell and this cell and this cell. It doesn't make any problem. But it has not to be repeated in the same column. Okay? Like for example, here we have these questions have the same options. So I can give them all the same coding for all the options. It will not make any problem as long as they are from the different columns. Okay, I have done this step and here it is ready on this Excel sheet. You can notice now that each cell has a unique number between the brackets. Like here, for example, in gender, I gave every male a number 1 and every female a number 2. The same for the study level. I gave them unique numbers. I did this with all the data. Again, as I said before, these are the different columns and they have the same options, yes and no. So I gave all the yeses number 1 and all no's number 0. And it has to be done with all the data from the very beginning to the end. Now, I will save this sheet and use it as a dictionary for me in the future when I enter the data into the SPSS, so that I know that whenever I see the number 1 under the column of gender, I will understand directly that this is indicating a male, and whenever it is 2, that means it is female, and same for all the columns. I have done this step and I came up with this final Excel sheet. As you can see here, it is all numbers. There is no letters, there is no words at all. It's all numbers. And this is exactly what we want from you before you convert and export this Excel sheet into the SPSS program. Here I can see it's 1, that means it indicates this response is from a male, and this is 2, it is from a female. Here the study level, I can see it is 4, that means it's from a 4th year medical student. Okay, now this sheet is ready and we can export this sheet into the SPSS program and start our setting of the data and the cleaning.